Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV, and we're back again for our famous transfer show. Once again, I'm joined by a tipsy Ross Maguire celebrating his Selgie points.
Christmas.
Now, no,
It's
no
Christmas.
goal, no goals were scored, but points and points were
That's
attained.
it. Absolutely, absolutely. That has to be done. Has to be done. No, listen. This might be the last video before Christmas potentially. So
Yeah,
if it is, Merry Christmas to all of our loyal fans, loyal subscribers. Yeah, if you can drop a like on the video. What are we setting the like at target at this week, Luke? What do you reckon?
what we had last one? How are we getting
We
on?
went well over 100 last time. Like we went
Oh, do you know what? We go for 100. Like let's do
100.
it. It's
I think
Christmas.
at this stage, we're hitting that benchmark every time. So I think
Yeah.
that's the way to go. Like.
Yeah, no, Chris, it's Christmas, lads. As I say, give us a like, subscribe, get your granny a subscription for League of Ireland Fan TV. It's the time of the year for it, so yeah,
Let
you
me
know
check what
yourselves.
we're on at the minute. Let me check what we're on at the minute. So we're on 3,828. So we're 1,000, sorry, 100 and like 70, 1,100 and like 70 off 4,000.
Yeah,
So listen, it's gonna be a Christmas miracle if we hit 4,000. But if you can make anything happen, guys, I know it's you. Share it around. Let us be hitting that miracle. Like it'll be amazing. So if you can hit that 4,000 mark before the end of the year, Christmas miracle.
Christmas miracle, and it's the time of year for it, lads. Be kind. Make a second YouTube account.
That's it.
Help us
That's
out.
it.
Do what you can. But yeah, we'll jump in anyways. Ross, you normally deal with some comments before we get going. So what do you have for us
Of
this week?
course. Yeah, sorry, I actually haven't even pulled them up yet, but we are getting loads of comments in from YouTube and from Spotify, so make sure to keep letting us know then in the comments. But we didn't get a huge amount this week, I don't think, but I'll run through
Right.
them quickly. Here we go, right? PJ Venom, the 666th video, lads. Wow, 666 videos, mad, isn't it? Some
Still going.
milestone. In early on this one. Good stuff. Fair play for keeping us in the LOI loop. No worries at all. Listen, PJ, you're a loyal subscriber, loyal commenter, so much appreciated. John Harper said, "Keep on vlogging and come on, you hoops." And he said to you, Luke, "I like the furlong shout." And he said, "P.S. New Waterford crest needed." Good shout as well because we haven't actually been updating the Waterford crest. It's actually the old
Yeah.
one used in the video, so we'll have to update that one
Yeah.
in the newest video. So I'll get that sorted. But yeah, the furlong shout, Luke, he likes that one.
It is a good one. It is a good one.
Get
But
that
as I
well
said,
on socials. I put it up on the L TikTok and Reels and stuff as well, and it seemed to get a bit
yeah.
of action as well. So
Yeah, it's a bit left field now, but I think it's one that makes sense. But then again, as I said, we'll get into it later in the video. But I was at the Rovers game tonight, and I think Bradley has a different plan for left wing back. Danny Grant played there today. He actually looked quite good, and this is natural. He won PFL Young Player of the Year playing for Bows off the left, so I think that could be the player next season. So that would mean then you have to look after the other wing.
yeah, but who played the other wing tonight?
Adam Matthews, and he was proper blast from the past. Like he actually put
Yeah.
a shift in, which is gas. But got an assist for the third goal. Did solid to be fair to him. But yeah, no, definitely positioning to upgrade in the off season. But we'll get into that later in the video.
Yeah, either side. I think you need someone else. Would be my thoughts anyway.
Mm.
I'd be confident if you were going into the season with Adam Matthews and Danny Grant at wing back. I'd be thinking
You can get others.
someone else to win the league like nearly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'd be looking at someone else. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that'll happen. Surely not.
Even as you said, like Josh Honan got like 17 goals and assists last season. We'll touch on Josh Honan later in the video, but he got so many contributions
Yeah.
last season. Like it's hard to replace. Like
No, it's near to impossible to replace that. And especially what he gives you, never mind one way, the other way as well, defensively is so solid too. So yeah, it's gonna be nearly impossible to replace him, but you can get close with
yeah,
yeah,
with
that's it.
Furlong, young Furlong could be the shout.
Yeah.
Ryan Key 4 says, as a Galway fan, as of now, I'm extremely worried. Yes, it's good to see players finally coming in, but we do need a bit more experience, Premier Division and
Mm.
experience, Premier Division experience, or we're definitely favourites to go down. Would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah. If it wasn't for Dundalk, I'd say they'd be finishing bottom. Like you can take risks, you can afford to take 4 or 5 or 6 risks in your squad, but it seems
Yeah.
like nearly every player that Galway is signing is a risk, and that just, barring a miracle, doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It's tough. Like, you want to have a bit of. They have the Conor McCormicks and the Aaron Bulgers and stuff, but they're not like
Yeah, they're
game
not like
changers. They're
outstanding.
not like you
The
can
only
take.
player I the only player I can look at in their starting team and I say, yeah, is Killian Browder. Like he's the only one I look at and I go, yeah, you're a
Yeah.
Premier Division out and out player. Like the rest stuff, like
Hurley's good as well. I like Hurley.
Hurley's good, but you just be honest, like you could see most of those boys kicking ball in the second division, like in
Yeah,
first division, should I say. You could
that's
see
fair.
Bulger, you could see Conor McCormick there, you could see whoever, you know.
Yeah, that's
So
fair. That's fair. Killian O'Dwyer said Axel Shelbourne to Waterford is apparently a done deal. I'm a genius, and that was a done deal.
mm,
He had said that in the previous video as well.
yeah,
So,
fair play to them.
yeah,
Keep them coming, keep them coming.
coming, absolutely.
Yeah.
O'Sheen says, great show. Rumors Ori Mulroney to Rovers still circulating. Any substance to this, he says.
Interesting, yeah, yeah. No, interesting. One that'll probably develop in the weeks and months. As we said, there's lots of interest from Dublin clubs, so we'll see.
You haven't heard anything in terms of like developments or anything, no.
I'll talk about it later in the video.
Okay.
Talk
Okay.
about it
That's
later
that's
in the
one to
video.
keep the people intrigued, you know, keep the
Yeah,
rotation
yeah,
going. Like,
yeah, yeah.
uh, is Eldings? Oh, this is a good comment actually because I actually looked at this earlier in the week and I thought this was actually a good point because we touched on last week that Owen Elding, we were like, oh, he stay and stuff, and Richie Sheridan says, is Elding's move being held up because he hasn't got an Irish passport yet? And I was thinking that could actually be a good factor in terms of him going he might have I think he might have a UK passport currently, and he's wearing
Yeah,
under 21 passports. Maybe that's the reason why it's been held up in terms of going to Stirling Grass
Stonegrass.
or
Yeah.
wherever it might be. It might be that's actually a good point.
Mm. Great show. Great show. Great show. Yeah, no, 100%. That makes perfect sense. To be fair, yeah. Let's see. Like it's still been held. Like this has been going on for the guts of fucking 2025, hasn't it? Like I remember Crawford had the squad in June, and he wanted to put Elding in, and
Yeah,
he
it's been going on
couldn't.
a
So
while
this is
actually.
going
Yeah,
on. Like this needs to get sorted out. Like yeah,
100%. Keith B says, who did Bobby Burns sign for? And yeah, we'll touch on that in the video. We'll touch on that.
yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. He has
We
signed for
will.
a new club, so we will touch on that. But yeah, jump right into each side then. Bohemians first, Luke. Not a huge amount of a couple of news stories around Bows at the minute. Obviously, they are going to be playing their first home game of the season against St. Pat's in the Aviva Stadium. And what are your thoughts on that?
It worked well last season. It should work this season. And like, look, if we want to grow, I know there's lots of regional clubs that are probably a bit peed off with the whole thing. But then again, like Cork, I think Cork City showed in the cup final that they could bring up 10,000, but it's kind of hard to put an outside of Dublin team there for as I say, I think to break even you need to sell about 18, 19,000 tickets. So you need a club to cough up a five-figure fan base. And I suppose when you leave Dublin, it's kind of hard to do that,
Yeah.
barring like one of the big cities. But yeah, yeah, it's grand. We'll see. I don't think it'll do as well as Rovers Bows. I think that was nearly the perfect storm last season because you had the Molde game on the Thursday, the Michael Noonan youngest European goal scorer, and kind of like yeah, it was just kind of it was new. It was the first done thing, and I think it'll still do well. Do I think it'll get to 33,000 already? I saw they capped the capacity at 30,000.
Yeah.
And
Not
like if
filling the
if
upper
it goes a
tier or
bit
something
above
like
that,
that.
they might change it. But yeah, the upper tier is closed. But I probably would guess. I'd say if I was to guess at tens, I'd say 24, 25,000 maybe. I think both fans would bring 10,000, then you might attract a few neutrals.
Do you know what I was thinking? It was like, do you know the way, like, I think they can kind of hand pick their opponent. Like last season was Rovers, this season was
Yeah,
Pats. Could they have picked like a worse dance partner for this game? Considering like the momentum behind Pats at the minute is nil. Like the fans are not excited for the season at all. The momentum behind the team is absolutely zero. Like Kenny is like wanted out by some, and like the team is like really finished below par last season. It feels like
yeah,
they couldn't have picked like a worse dance partner for this game between the two Dublin sides.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think their hands were tied because obviously they played us last season, and then I think they tried to arrange a game with you in June, and those talks fell through, and you wonder if relationships were strained with that, or you'd never know. And
Daily
obviously
Mount stuff
Pats
as
were
well, maybe, yeah.
maybe they're probably comparing off that FAI Cup final a few years back that did reasonably well. I think they set the record for. I can't remember if that's a record FAI Cup at the Tens and the Aviv. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but like to be fair, I think Pats fans will come out for it. Like I think they'll bring like 10, 8, 10,000, and then Bows should bring the same, if not more.
We're touching on a lot of Bo's stuff outside of transfers, but obviously released a kneecap jersey as well. Any thoughts on that? It's nice in the home jersey to be fair as well.
Yeah, well, at least it looks like a jersey, so that's
Yeah.
a start. It's grand. Look, it'll garner, it'll do everything that they're intending it to do. It'll garner interest, Kneecap will promote it, it'll get reach. Saw
Yeah.
they put out the jersey on Kneecap's page and Bo's page on a few other pages. So,
Dan
you know,
Lambert's the manager of Kneecap and obviously CEO of
yeah,
whatever. So
yeah, exactly. So I think that's probably one he had saved for a while.
yeah.
So yeah, no, it worked out well. I think we saw that a few months ago. He was wearing it at one of the concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I saw there was a queue for it. Did you see that?
You
Did you
saw
see the
that?
queue?
I did see that actually. It's sold out now as well, in fairness. So like for
Yeah,
people,
listen, it works, and like as I say, I'll never turn my nose. Like Bows are, for the slagging we get with the trophy stuff, like they really know how to maximize their profits as far as these Aviva days and like jerseys and you know. I know they're not winning at the moment necessarily trophies, but like you get close enough, won't you? Like if you keep on earning the right money and getting the yeah, I think yeah, I think they're going in the right direction. It's just a matter now, and obviously they're moving out daily next season, so they probably need a bit of funds for that, and
definitely, definitely.
so yeah, no, I think they're going in the right direction. To be fair to them,
Yeah, in terms of the transfer stuff for Bows, it's mainly just kind of you players signed this week. It's kind of Josh
yeah,
Harper, striker, signed up for next season on a pro deal, I think, and Curtis Egan, a midfielder, signed on a pro
yeah.
deal. One thing I will say about Bows is I saw a lovely video this week of I think it was a young lad called Saul that went to the ground. I think his house had been in a fire, maybe, and a lot of his merch had been like a lot of his Bows jerseys and a lot of stuff had been lost in the fire, and he got brought down to the training centre by the club, and I thought that was a really nice touch. I have to
Fair play.
credit where credit's due. It was a nice touch, and Reynolds was saying a few words for the squad, and a lot of players gave him some jerseys and stuff. So that was a really nice touch, and it's nice to see kind of clubs getting involved in the community and helping people out in hard times and stuff. So I have to say credit to Bows where credit's due. It was a nice moment, I thought.
Yeah, no, it was a feel good fact, especially around Christmas time. It's good to see
Yeah,
it. So yeah, as I said, if you want to attract crowds, things like that, keep them in with the community, and yeah, feel good, and yeah, no, brill.
without a doubt. Moving on to some bad news for Bros. Obviously, as a player, we expected to move and
Oh,
moving into Derry City
crazy.
territory as well. It's James Clark signs for Derry City, leaving
Is it
Bohemians.
is this the seg? Is this like is Derry the next team we're talking about? Is this the
Yeah,
segue?
this is a segue.
Nice,
This is the
nice. I
segue.
like
I
it.
like it. You like
Smooth,
that one,
smooth. Smooth. I can tell. I can tell you've had a pint. I can tell you've had a pint with that smoking area talk earlier.
eh? Perfect segue. Perfect segue.
Oh,
Um,
I saw it going to the Rovers game, and you text me be like, "What? How did I miss this?" Like,
yeah, man. I
I,
literally was looking at because I was doing
oh
some research on the train home today, and I saw
yeah,
searching up each team, and I saw Derry City 2 hours ago announced James Clark, and I was like, oh my God, that is huge. That is huge.
massive, massive, absolutely massive. I say they're paying him. I like the Dundee move fell through. They would have been
Yeah,
paying the guts of £2,000 a week at least to
yeah.
play in the SPL. So Derry are probably paying him that, if not more.
It's a 3 year deal, so it might be like two
Yeah,
grand on a 3 year deal. Generally, that's it. That could
yeah.
like
Solid,
yeah,
unbelievable business. It almost changes how I look at it. It does. Between Oli Inca was another player we got announced. We'll talk about him after James Clark. But you've put Oli Inca, you've Adam O'Reilly, you've James Clark and Mickey Duffy in front. You've Brandon
Aaron
Fleming to
Murphy,
sign a new deal. Start. You know what I mean? Like,
crazy.
jeepers.
Yeah,
Where'd you start?
they're
Uh,
title contenders for sure. Like
Yeah, they're a game changer. The fact that they haven't just strengthened, they've wounded their rival as well on Bowes.
yeah,
Like that's a huge scalp.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a game changer now. I think on it, like obviously Rob Sleven signed it back as well. I think Derry are like I know like what Pat Hoban had left and Liam Boyce and kind of Depot. Is Depot still there for next season?
I think he's still there. Yeah, yeah, I think so. And
I wonder where Clark will play if he's up top or if he's in the 10. But I just think they need a striker. I just think they need a striker if they want to challenge Rovers for the league, like a Max Mata, as we said, or even like bring Shawnee Maguire up there.
They're
Someone,
probably
some
looking at Liam Boyce thinking like you'll get on the end of these crosses, or you'll get in the end, you get a load of chances this season or something.
yeah, mate. Liam Boyce knows where the goal is, but outside of the 6 yard box, it's a hard one to rely on over 36 games
Yeah,
week in
that's
week
fair.
out.
Yeah,
I just wonder if Paul Drummond or Shawnee Maguire or they go a bit far to see. to see kind of other options.
They're not far
Um,
off, so they're not. They're really not far off. Like,
no,
because
no, no.
my big criticism of Derry last season was that the fact that I felt like they were signing the wrong profile of player. Like I said that they previously brought in Brian Maher, a young League of Ireland goalkeeper. They previously brought in Adam O'Reilly, a young midfielder from the League of Ireland. Colin Whelan, young striker. They can attract the right profile if they actually want to do it. But they were going towards this kind of Carl Winchester and these kind of SBL players and these EFL older players, where I was thinking that's the wrong profile to be going for. James Clark is the greatest profile you can go for. If you've money to spend, go spend it in the right
The
way.
right way.
James Clark is in the right way, without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's another one I saw as well. I think they've a former Dungannon Swift striker Ben Gallagher on trial now. I don't know much about him. Obviously, a striker. Interesting to see if he gets a deal. I think a young former Hacken. I'm not too sure. Goalkeeper. On trial as well. So they're kind of other two bits and bobs the report now, but like I can't imagine them being star players. But yeah, as you said, Adam, Adam. James Clark is a huge acquisition, and yeah, one I think. Yeah, like you actually look at Derry solid signs in the last couple of years. You have Brian Maher, you have Adam O'Reilly. You know, young kind of. They need to be signing those players, not these fellas like Shane Ferguson and lads that are kind of on the back end of there. Not to pinpoint him, but you know what I mean. Like lads that
Yeah.
are 33, 34 on the back end.
So
You
many
just want these young
losses you
players.
can look at, like there's so many
Yeah,
losses you can look at.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, fair play to Derry. Jesus, so shock. I can't believe it. So fair
Yeah.
play to them.
No, great signing, brilliant signing. Huge
Yeah.
loss for Bows, and a lot of Bows fans disappointed. And I think a lot of Bows fans are kind of saying they're just happy they didn't go to Rovers, really. Like,
Listen, that's a signal now from our perspective because with Danny Madre was ACL and
yeah,
he would have
if
been
he's
a great
staying
one.
within the
Like,
league, like you think Rovers be all over it, like,
surely he's from around the area as well. Like, well, around Dublin, like, so you would think. But yeah, mad, mad.
mad. We'll move on then to Drogheda, and they made a brilliant signing this week, an absolutely fantastic one, Edwin Agbaje, bringing him in on a
Unbelievable.
two-year deal. And we touched on kind of this right back situation in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Owen Lamb, ACL injury at Drogheda, and we said they might be looking at kind of a replacement there or bringing somebody in. And I felt like we didn't really. I think last week we didn't even link Agbaje with them. We kind of linked Shelbourne
Oh,
and a few others, but
yeah,
we didn't link Agbaje, thinking he might go to Bows or something, a European team. But what
yeah.
signing that is like.
I can't believe it. Like, I'm looking at Owen Lamb now going, Jesus, lad, when you're back,
Good
good luck
luck.
to you. Like,
Good
no,
luck.
few seconds is Owen Lamb second string now because he was one of Drawley's best players last season.
Yeah,
Like it's
fantastic. Yeah.
crazy. I can't believe Kev Doherty is some man as well, isn't he?
Oh,
Given the we can't offer the wages spill, and
yeah,
he
yeah,
picks out Brandon Kavanagh, Egwin Baji, like you're going off to America and like fair play to them.
yeah.
They're definitely winning the transfer window from my perspective, anyways. I think
I
they're
think
doing it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're like as I said. I think if they get Coiler and they get Sean Boyd and maybe one or two of their English links from Walsall on loan, like I think they'd be bang up there. Like I think they could get Europe.
It's a really
Honestly,
like competitive league this season. Like, it's like every team is like strengthened significantly, like in terms of like the lower
yeah,
half in particular. Like so, it's like
yeah,
the league is becoming
yeah,
really, really competitive. Like
yeah. No, definitely, it's going one way, and it's great to see. And it kind of makes me worry for your Dundalks and your Galways. We'll get on to them, but yeah, like you kind of like if you look at Drogheda signing these fellas and Waterford and so on, like it's crazy.
yeah, well, you touched on Dundalk there. We'll move on to them. I don't think there's anything else on Drogheda. Um, good week for Dundalk. I think they signed Bobby Burns, the left full, isn't he from Galway? Uh,
Yeah, solid.
good sign to get in.
Really good acquisition. And as we're talking about wounding your rivals,
Exactly.
that's a huge scalp.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. It was kind of rumored because he left. He turned down a multi-year deal at Galway apparently. So
Mm.
big signing for Dundalk, and they actually made a couple of good re-signings as well. Enda Minogue re-signed. He's backup keeper. To probably bring somebody else in. Gibemi Arubi is re-signed. Obviously, we
Yeah,
linked with Pats a
solid.
couple of weeks ago, so that's a really good
Very
sign
good.
to get in the door. And they also signed Mayowa Ame Ashun. Really good centre half. I think he's been linked with a couple of sides as well. So, yeah, really good business from Dundalk this week in terms of just getting a couple of re-signings in the door, and obviously the left full situation sorted as well.
Very good. Very good. A great Sean Keogh was obviously went to Brighton. Good replacement for him. You've Vinny Leonard in the middle there now as well. And one player I saw them linked to it. I can't remember now. Oh, it's off the top of my head. I might get the name wrong. Harrison off Man United, a goalkeeper. He was in the under 20 squad. He was on the bench
I
sometimes for Man
saw that
United.
actually. Yeah, I did see that
Like that,
actually. Yeah.
he's under England under 20 international, all the way up from 17, 19, 20. Being properly linked, I saw you about Jerry Malone. He's like up there in Dundalk. Like he'd be kind of
Yeah,
ear
yeah.
to the ground relatively. Clued in with what's going on up there. But if they got him, like he's not just like your Joe Soap kind of English up and coming goalkeeper. Like this fella playing for England, like
Yeah.
could be
Crazy.
potentially one of these fellas you look at in 5, 10 years time and go, "Geez, he played in the League of Ireland."
Yeah.
Would
It's
be
like
a great one.
for Shrewsbury or something like it's like one of those ones like
Yeah, yeah, proper niche. But if they got him on top of as a Bobby Burns, and then if keep Buckley there, you kind of need. I'm looking at Dundalk. I'm just thinking one or two more really
center
kind of.
half probably they need, don't they? I'd say.
Yeah. The Mark Conley going up the north was probably a bit of a blow for them. I
Yeah.
think they need kind of someone to go beside Vinnie Leonard that has that kind of experience, like 28, 29, 30, 31 year old, kind of like that kind of profile.
Yeah.
But I think Dundalk are really progressing well. And yeah, as I said, Kieran Kilduff, he obviously stayed there for a reason. And, the squad's looking all right comparing to how the club's getting on. And probably their biggest, I don't know if you saw the picture of it, their new pitches has landed, signed on the dotted line.
It's a done deal, yeah, yeah.
It looks lovely. I thought it was real when I first saw it. I thought it looked great.
Have
Looked
to check it out. I haven't actually seen it yet, to be fair.
yeah,
So
looks good. So I think that it's not. It doesn't look like a crappy Aston. It looks solid. So that'd be a boost for them as well, and for attracting players and so on.
yeah, deadly, deadly. Yeah, we kind of touched on their relegation rival, Galway there. So Ryan obviously touched on earlier in the video a bit his comment about how he's worried as a Galway fan. He's worried, and does he have reason to be worried? Obviously, they've lost Bobby Burns now. Nothing really confirmed in the last week. The one thing I said about Galway, like they have like the Killian Browder there, like that kind of type of profile in their half. Could that be enough to see them get over the line against the Dundalk? That kind of thing. But it's really hard to know. Like.
Oh, I'm really worried about them. Before I was thinking John Caulfield, he'd been there, done that, he'd be grand. But I'm really worried about them. I saw they were linked with I can't Lombard. Oh, what was the striker play for
Like
Sligo
Kenny
last season?
Lombardo or something, is it? I
Yeah,
think.
but his brother was playing up the north.
Oh
They're
yeah.
having it. They're bringing him in apparently, or they're looking
No
at
way.
him.
Yeah, that's gas.
And like kind of another punt. Like
Yeah,
they're just full of punts. Like and like it's
too
a bit
many risks.
uninspiring.
Yeah,
Sorry.
too many risks.
There's just too many risks. Like they're literally like I look at their squad and like every week we're talking about Galway and we're scratching our heads. We're going, oh, this fella from this league and this fella from that league and oh yeah, this fella he played in the Premier Division, but he's gone up north or he's in the first bit. It's just all very outside of Lee Devitt. It's all very and he has no Premier Division experience. We probably look at our signs and say, geez, he's the pick of the lot. Like,
Yeah,
and to
yeah,
be fair, he probably will be good next season. But there's no I don't know, there's no substantial Premier Division player going in there, which is a concern.
yeah. No, it is. It is like it is concerning. So,
Yeah.
Chris Mardick and stuff like it's all a risk. Like it's like there's too many chances being taken. Like you don't want to take a chance to Chris Mardick if you've got a solid right winger and a solid 10 or something. But like it's like everywhere is going to be a mix up and a bit of a risk. Like so, it feels a bit crazy.
It is a bit crazy, and yeah, it's just that's the best way of putting it. It's just a bit crazy,
Yeah,
and yeah, it's just yeah, I worry for Galway. I think we've a comment from a Galway fan there saying he was worried. Did
yeah.
I see that? Yeah, one of the Galway fans saying that. So yeah, look, it says it all.
Yeah,
Says it all.
big time, big time. We move on to your boys, Shamrock Rovers. Anyway,
Yeah,
big news obviously this week. Josh Honahan's deal confirmed to move across the pond to Lincoln City. Uh,
yeah,
Obviously a massive, massive loss to Shamrock Rovers.
huge
One
loss.
that you'd be kind of expecting and you'd hope that people preparing for kind of the last couple of months because it's one that's kind of been inevitable, really, to be honest, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah. One that kind of like we were lucky not to lose him in the summer, and probably the impact he's had since the summer was not really kind of what we were imagining. That he got kind of injured for most of the European games. He played the cup final now, did well, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think Lincoln put in a bid for 2,625 in the summer. We rejected it, but obviously we accepted 500 this time around. But it's not just as simple as 500k. Like there's 500k in add-ons. I think they're all very reasonable add-ons, probably appearance based.
yeah,
And then they're obviously third in League One, so I imagine if they got promoted, they Rovers would probably get a chunk of that as well. But one of these deals, I think probably Rovers will see seven figures with eventually, but just a matter of hitting those targets and so on. But yeah, like he's been given first team assurances. Like an issue with Lincoln, I was like, oh come on. And apparently, I was reading there, Dan McDonald said that like after he signed the pre-contract, other clubs came in looking for him, and it was already done. So Shrewb is from Lincoln, but we always kind of wonder could have he gone up to the championship. But then again, if he goes into Lincoln, hits the ground running, gets into the team, and they get promoted, he's a mainstay then. So it's a
Yeah.
risk, but we'll see.
Yeah, Lincoln are like a small enough club. They weren't in League One. Like they're
Yeah,
not a big club. Like, so
no.
like, sometimes I was just disappointed to see him go there. But like,
Mm.
I feel like he could have aimed a little higher. Like I feel like but maybe it's a case of going to League One and actually being guaranteed football and going to the Championship and maybe having to work your way in or something, kind of.
Yeah,
So maybe it makes sense from that point of view. So I don't want to speak too badly on it, because he's a fabulous player and like I think he could really kick on. But I think he might have made this move like a little too late for like World Cup hopes and stuff. Like if he's playing League One second half of next season, it feels like maybe he wouldn't get into that World Cup squad potentially. But
Mm.
I think he's more than capable and more than good enough to get into that squad. Like, but it just feels like maybe playing League One won't be the most beneficial thing in the world. But yeah, listen, I think he'll absolutely smash it over there. I think like he's such a good player, and I think he's all the physical attributes to go over to England and be a success. Like you see sometimes, even Dawson Devoy, like that's the one that come to mind for me was like maybe the physical attributes of playing at the lower leagues in England didn't suit him because he's such a technical player, but kind of small physically. But Josh Honahan has it all. Like he has it all, and he should really thrive.
Yeah, and he can play in multiple positions as well. So it's not just the case that if there's a left back there, he's screwed. Like he can play centre half, right full. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be fine. He'd be fine.
Yeah, he's a smashing player. Smashing player. I love him a lot. So, yeah, he'll kill it. Any rumors on the L ins front for Rovers?
Yeah, obviously at the game tonight, talking, rubbing
Chatting away
shoulders,
now.
wagging
Chatting away. A few phone
chins,
calls. Few
a few
handshake
phone calls, rolling down the car window, hooded individuals coming up whispering things into the ear. It was all happening. One now, listen, obviously with a rumor, there's always an element of it potentially backfiring. But one that I heard now from a few people at
Oh
the
yeah.
game, Jake Mulroney on loan to Rovers, wages paid, year on him. Let's see, and if he's good, sign him then on the permanent. But yeah, apparently it's near to, if not already done.
Wow.
So
Exclusive. Exclusive.
exclusive. We'll see if that's true now. But
I can
apparently,
see
as I
that
said, I,
100%. I
I
can see that
I
as
was
well.
at the game tonight, and Danny Grant's playing left wing back, and obviously Mulroney plays off the right. And I'm kind of wondering, is that the plan now for next season? Danny on the left, cutting in on his right. You've Mulroney on the right, cutting in on his left. Now, the one worry I have is his work rate and his attitude. But Bradley's kind of good at kind of getting the best out of these sort of lads. And as I said, the Dan Cleary link, like he'd be playing beside Dan Cleary, who he manages Old County with. So yeah, I think it's one that potentially will be
I,
announced in
I
due
think if
course.
he's
We'll see.
honest, I think he'll play left wing back because I think his best work under Kenny, he actually played on the left, and Elbazetti was on the right, and they were kind of getting in the line and whipping balls in. They weren't cutting in, so I could actually see him playing on the left and Danny Grant on the right still.
Maybe potentially. I'm just thinking about when we played the players in Tala, and he done a job in league race, and I think he scored 2 goals that night, or
Yeah,
at least scored one and set another one up. But like he can like Danny Grant, they can both
fish him
you
around.
know
Yeah, exactly.
it's flexible. So yeah, I think it's a good. I think like yeah, as I said, I wasn't mad about paying fees for Murray that, but like if you're loaning them in and you're just saying, look, we'll pay the 2 grand a week, and we'll see. Uh, why not? So, and especially like with the lack of Bradley was kind of talking. He saw his pre-match comments, but like we're not going to be doing a Dundalk on it and signing a Brazilian lad that's supposed to be good. We want to like we're tried and tested here, and we've young players we want to produce, so we're very selective over who we bring in. And yeah, it'd be interesting. But it's one of these things we'll either look back at it in 12 months and laugh, or look back at it in 12 months and cry. No in between.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. Yeah, it's Bradley all over, isn't it? Like, kind of taking no real
Yeah.
risk and just kind of playing it safe. He's kind of done that for his whole tenure at Rovers in terms of having the most money and buying the best players. So it's no real change from what he's done. So, yeah, it kind of fits the mold, I guess.
Oh, but listen, Shells can't score a goal in Europe,
Oh,
so
sorry.
who are you to
Went
who are
to
you to comment?
Belgium and drew 0-0 with them
I
tonight.
but Drew
They
0-0, you
spanked
haven't
you.
scored.
They bent you over the knee in Tala and spanked you. So, yeah, that's an interesting one actually.
Yeah, but where do you finish? 35th, was it in the Conference League? 35th.
Matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
We did
matter.
use a fight. You should be saying thank you. We beat
We
Hammer and Oh, sorry, they weren't even bottom. They finished ahead of us.
we had a harder draw. We had a harder draw. Harder draw.
Harder draw. Harder draw, yeah.
Drew and Selgie away. Drew and Selgie away.
Yeah, but that's about it. That's
The only
about
the only
it.
team we both played was Selgie, and we had a better result than you.
Well, what did it feel like when he scored a goal in the group stage? Like that
How did it
feeling of
feel when
scoring in the European group stage.
Breidablik on the break? Nice little
Now listen,
line goal.
that's that they were not allowed to. That game doesn't count. That game doesn't count. That was I've deleted that. I'm trying to enjoy me. I'm trying. Christmas is next week. I don't want to ruin me Christmas. I
That'd be
forgot about
nice to
that
each other.
game.
That'd be nice to each other, like, you know. Uh,
Listen, let's be nice. We both had good results tonight. Let's be nice. We won it. Have you won a game? No. Am I getting into it? No. Let's forget about it. Let's forget about it.
Especially
But
away, 0-0. I'll take that every day of the week.
solid,
Yeah.
solid going, fair play. But yeah, and I actually saw it cost them a place on top eight, which you absolutely love to see
Yeah, because
because Riera is a you
yeah,
know what, like.
absolutely, absolutely. So you actually you're happy to see us get that
Oh,
result.
delight! I wish he's beat them.
Yeah.
But sure, look, what can you do? But yeah, another kind of one on the Rovers side. Young Ben Mahon signed a 3-year deal. Seeing, I don't, the club haven't announced now, but I saw it in other sections. A 3-year deal with the first team. Kind of the new Michael Noonan, so to speak. Was at UCD, really highly regarded 16-year-old striker. His contract to the end of 2028. So I think he's a name we'll certainly be talking more about in this channel in the coming years.
This might sound stupid, right? Like I could be completely like mad here. Dude,
Mm.
UCD have an academy, did they? Because I always thought that they were like a college team, but they must have like an academy as well, did they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they have League of Ireland under 15, 17s, 19. So
Yeah.
same sort of setup. Like,
Yeah, and they obviously offer scholarships and stuff and bits and pieces, do they, during that or whatever, like.
say the senior setup would, anyways. I say there's a view to in the 19s or 20s, whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of it, but yeah, yeah.
Fair enough. Yes, obviously we saw that young lad Jordan Bowes last week as well. Couple of good,
You,
couple of good young
yeah,
strikers from UCD anyway.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, they're producing. They always have, to be fair.
Yeah,
But I think that's just the problem with them not being in the Premier Division. They're just losing their young lads.
yeah,
But sure, look.
that's it. We'll touch on shells, then we touch on the.
I actually sorry, I
What?
completely forgot about something
What?
completely random.
All right.
Sorry, it's very important, very important. I was reading there during the week an article, right, and they're saying with Shamrock Rovers, blah 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 blah, and then they said, yeah, Shamrock Rovers, obviously looking at Jake Mulroney and Paul Jamont.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Paul Jamont. If him and Rory Gaffney are up top together,
That's
they have a
crazy.
combined age of
It,
75.
it's literally uh the fucking Italian priest and Father Ted playing up front, like.
Romeo Sensini.
Father Romeo and Zini up top, like.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I got a bit excited there,
If
but I
you have
forgot
Rory
that.
Gaffney and Paul Hammond up top, that's criminal. Like you can't have
That'd
one or
be,
the other. Like
that'd be great. Be great. You get surely there's some sort of tax break there.
that'd be desperate. Carry on now. I think Punch stays at Waterford. We'll touch on that later on anyway. But
Okay.
we'll touch on Shells quickly, and obviously John O'Sullivan appeared on LOI Central this week, which is kind of the big news story transfer wise, and he kind of talked about how he was kind of frozen out at Shells, and the last couple of months have been really kind of tough on him, kind of mentally and stuff like that. And to be honest, when I was listening to it, it was quite a tough listen. As even as a Shells fan, I was thinking like this is quite disappointing. Like this is a player that kind of won the league with us last season and was had a part to play in that, and I felt disappointed that I don't know if it's Joey O'Brien, if it's Luke Byrne, if it's whoever kind of treated him like this and that didn't speak to him and didn't keep in touch with him. And he was kind of like they were doing like I think they rang him and said they were doing 11 sessions and he wasn't going to be involved and stuff. And like you don't have to turn up and stuff. Like I feel like that's a horrible position to put like a senior pro in that's played in England that's been around and done it. I just feel like it was a really even as a Shells fan, like I felt really, really bad for the guy, and yeah, I thought that was a tough listen to be honest, even as a Shells fan. So yeah, it was a difficult one, and obviously he's been let go now. His contract's up. I think the last couple of months he hasn't been training with the team. I kind of assumed that it was like an injury issue that he wasn't involved. And he still kind of talked about how he's close with Duff and bits and pieces. And I feel like if Damien Duff was at Shell still, this wouldn't have been the way it went down with him. Like he would have been treated with a little bit more respect. And obviously, it's only one side of the story as well. You don't want to kind of like we've only heard one side of the story. Like I'm sure Joey O'Brien, Luke Byrne, Shells have their own side to it as well. But it left kind of a sour taste in my mouth. I have to say, from a player that was part of our champion winning side to be kind of treated like that, it felt a bit below the belt.
Yeah, I'm very torn on this because, as you said, there's one side of the story being told, and Bows fans kind of have a particular opinion on John O'Sullivan, correct or not. They kind of rubbed. He felt from reading comments, they were kind of saying, he was out of shape playing for Bows, and they just didn't really kind of like warm up to him, and now it just seems like same thing, not same things happened to Shells, but it's kind of ended bitterly with Shells as well, and I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? Like, you have a new manager come in and he signs a load of players, he wants to put his own stamp on it, and that's kind of football to an extent. I understand there's a way of doing it and a way of treating it, but from like listening to Jonathan, was it crap? Yeah, of course, but like he wasn't, probably disrespected. He felt like, but like then again in football, football's football, isn't it? Like he wasn't humiliated. He was just kind of, frozen out a little bit. But that happens. At the end of the day, you're still getting paid. I don't know. I'm a bit reserved to give my full view on it because I just feel that there's more to it than that.
Yeah, I think you made a point that like in any other workplace like that,
Yeah, I get that.
do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's like you can't even go and do your job, like or something. Do you know, it just felt really poor. But
I understand with the 11 via, yeah, I understand that kind of like telling them not to come to train, but like I understand in your workplace you'd have a need a reason, but that's just football, isn't it? Like sometimes, a new
it's
fella
not a
comes
normal
in.
workplace. It's not a normal workplace. Like
It's not a normal workplace. It's a privilege at the end of the day to be a professional footballer and get paid. And look, he's sitting at home, and it's no less change in his pocket. He's still getting, maybe if his performance incentive or whatever else. But you know, at the end of the day, it's a privilege to be a footballer. And sometimes these things happen up and down the country. The young players, the old players. Like I don't think going to England and coming back makes you exempt from these things, unfortunately. But I definitely think there's more than meets the eye to the story. So yeah, yeah, whatever. I don't know. Joey O'Brien like seems like a very respectful kind of character, and I think yeah, I just can't imagine him wronging someone on purpose.
yeah, no, listen, Joey O'Brien, like kind of touched on it before, like he's kind of a little maybe a little bit more of a colder character than Duff. I feel like I think Duff is more of that kind of maybe from the Mourinho days in terms of like that kind of. I think even John O'Sullivan was saying like in terms of decent, they're still in touch now. Like he kind of checks in on lads and knows everything about their friends and their family. I think he said he read John O'Sullivan's mom's book and to get to know him more and stuff. Like he's so engrossed in every player. I think Joey O'Brien maybe takes that step back and doesn't have those kind of really deep personal relationships with players, whereas
Yeah,
Duff's is all in. And I think that's maybe what nearly led to his demise in the end because he was so full on with it. Um, so I think Joey Boy maybe is a little bit colder, and I think that maybe is where the kind of issues lay a little bit. But listen, it's a sad way for it to go. I think listen, it could have gone a little bit better in terms of like not necessarily him playing every game. I think we brought in players, and listen, he wasn't going to be in the first team picture, but it could have just been a little bit nicer way to do it, you know. So
yeah,
from a Shell's point of view, Shell's fan point of view, he was part of the winning. Like he'll always be remembered because he was part of that squad that won that such a memorable league title, and yeah, he'll forever be remembered for that. So listen, I don't think there's anything else really on the Shell's front. Obviously, there's a few rumors, bits and pieces going around. Have you heard anything on Shell's?
yeah. There's a Cliftonville centre half, Oran Casey, being linked with Shells and Derry. 23 years old, won the Irish League Cup last year. Um, Seems to be of a good profile centre half. Could be somebody potentially left field to come in and do a job.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so that could be one. Obviously, now we're going to probably be talking about a lot of unknown quantities when it comes to kind of the new year around the agency in which have acquired to help recruit players. So, but I think could be one potentially. Just a nice one. Like obviously, you're not playing the League of Ireland, but Irish League, which would be somewhat,
Yeah, yeah,
similar enough. Like,
yeah.
so I think that could be a good
Connor
one.
Healy came from the Northern Irish League to Drogheda, I think, didn't he? Before.
Yeah, but he was at Cabinteely prior to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So yeah, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like in like John McGovern at Rovers now, and look, few Derry lads that have come down as well. So yeah, no,
yeah.
could be a
Centre
good one.
half. We touched on it last week. Centre halves is a crucial area for Shels to improve. So I'll be happy to get anyone through the door at this stage. To be honest, if
Sure.
you can get two or three nearly at this stage, I'll be happy enough. But yeah, that sounds good. We'll move on to Sligo. Quiet enough. Obviously, Ryan O'Kane last week, big signing, quality player. Great one to get in for Sligo. And I was actually only thinking about this after we filmed last week's segment was I think because we were talking about Owen Elding staying at Sligo, but I was actually thinking about the profile of player they're bringing in. They've brought in O'Kane, they've brought in Mikkelsen, they've brought in Alex Nolan. are they kind of future proofing for that Elding loss that's going to eventually kind of inevitably happen? I was actually only thinking about that after, and I was like, it feels like he probably will actually end up probably going. If it's because it feels like they're bringing in a lot of kind of those kind of players now, those positions.
Yeah, 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 potentially. It said like January transfer window, especially for European clubs, like they'll just strike a bid one day, won't they? So
Yeah.
probably, most likely.
Because you think of Axel on the right, O'Kane on the left, Meekson in the 10. It's actually a really kind of solid attacking trio. Like,
Yeah, solid. And then obviously Jana Esawa, left back. Who do they have left back? Can't remember. I
yeah.
think Paddy McLean sticks around anyway. He'd be
Well,
solid centre
Fitzgerald's still
half. And
knocking around. I don't know if he'd play there, but
mm,
he's knocking around at some stage. Like, so,
yeah, anyway, Sligo are always kind of producing young players, so I'm sure someone will appear. But yeah, Sligo quiet enough from my end, anyways. Haven't heard much, I don't think.
no,
But yeah, Sligo are just motoring along.
chipping away. And you said Drogheda are kind of one of those for kind of up there for windows so far, but Sligo aren't far behind them as well. I wouldn't say they've brought in some really, really good players.
I
Uh,
just think they need a striker, probably.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
so
definitely. St. Pat's, St. Pat's is an interesting one because they've kind of announced a lot of departures this week. And we were actually going to do a video. We were hoping to do it at some stage in terms of like a kind of keep, sell, whatever for St. Pat's, and probably a little bit late in the day for that now at this stage. But they've announced the departures of obviously Axel Shelbourne, who's moved on. We'll touch on that later on. Uh, Ryan McLaughlin's left. Al Amin Kazim, the left full, has left. Jordan Garrick has left. And Anto Dodd has left. And Darren Robinson has returned to Derby County after a loan spell. So they're kind of, Pats are kind of, as much as they can, rebuilding the squad. You touched on Mulroney already as well. They are shifting on a good few players,
there. Yeah, they are. And I sorry, Ryan McLaughlin's going to America apparently.
isn't he?
The left full who came from Galway. Apparently he could be going back to Galway. So if that happens, that's a great sign, a great replacement for Bobby Burns. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Could be one to keep an eye on in the coming weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alamin Kazim. It feels like a right fit for
Yeah.
him to go back to go, doesn't it? It feels like the right move. Like,
Defo, yeah, he walks straight into the team, be one of their main players,
yeah,
and Galway need to sign some proven players, so he's one. So solid, yeah, and obviously if Mulroney leaves as well, probably opens up, you know, obviously McLaughlin right back, El Gazib left back,
McCarthy going as
Mulroney
well.
winger, like they like obviously need a left back to sign Ronan Boys right back. Probably could do with themselves a little winger slash 10. Like obviously, we linked about Conan Noonan. He didn't come. Ramal Palmer come back from injury. You've Albazzetti. You have McLellan's on a new deal. You have Power. Uh, but you could do maybe a winger slash 10 there. Someone to kind of
Yeah.
come in left field from the UK, maybe.
You look at Noonan and Clark, two lads that have gone within the league. Both of them,
Yeah.
Pat would have snapped your hand off for. But I think that European football, well, Noonan obviously not is that isn't the
Mm,
case. But for Clark, maybe European football and the 3 year deal, a bit of security for him was huge. But Noonan,
definitely.
Noonan was one that I would have had Pat written all over him. Like,
Yeah, oh, such a past player. So very surprised. But sure, look, yeah, I think Pats maybe will dip into the UK market in January, maybe sign maybe a former League of Ireland. Who you never know. But yeah, I think Pats have a bit of work doing this market. But fair play, like they're shifting players like probably more than I would imagine. So which is good. So yeah, Stephen Kenny seems to be getting his squad in a bit of order there, which is important. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah. Yeah, I was wondering if it's like, is it like a bit of a transition period for them this season? Like, will they be challenging at this right end? This like it's hard to like obviously a long way to go in the transfer window. A lot of work to do. And I can see them probably clearing that wage bill and then really going hell for leather now in the new year, possibly on signings. So it's hard to know, like, but yeah,
Still have
it's
a lot of players there as well, though. You think like still have Luke Turner there, they still have Sean Hoare there, Mulroney, Gravosky, like I kind of like the four centre halves there. In theory, they've conceded a load of goals, but they're keeping them all. So it's kind of hard to add when you still have a load of contracted fellas, isn't it? Like.
yeah, no, it is. It is. Yeah, yeah. Have you heard any rumors on Pats at all or any incoming rumors or
No, nothing of note. No, no. Just obviously that Brentford left full we kind of talk about every week. I think he's
literally
yeah, he's just my go-to. Like I just think he's Pat's written all over him. Like
never happened like yeah.
Kenny had him at Dundalk, but let's bring him back.
Yeah.
No, no, nothing for me.
Nothing from Pats. Lastly, then Waterford. Nothing on the incoming front, but I saw they were doing a meet and greet at their club shop with their new signings. Conan Noonan, Luke Heaney, Benny Couto, and Hayden Kane. greeting the fans at their club shop. So yeah, hope the Waterford fans enjoyed that. But nothing major. Obviously, they've been very big.
Axel Shelbourne announced.
Did we touch on that before? Actually, we might not have actually.
We just missed it. We
We
just
just
missed
missed
it
it.
last
Yeah,
week.
Axel Sjoberg's a good signing.
Yeah,
Reunited with John
yeah.
Daly.
Did John Daly sign him when he was Pat's manager?
I think he
I was
might have
wondering
done.
this.
I think he might have
Yeah,
done. Yeah, yeah, potentially, definitely worked together before anyway.
solid. Like Waterford have pulled it out of the bag, haven't they? Like they've just pulled it out of the bag. Fair play. Like
Yeah, like Hayden Kane's centre half, isn't he?
yeah,
So Shelbourne right full, Benny Couto left full. I think Benny Couto is actually a very good player. I think he got injured at
yeah,
Cork last year, which is a shame.
yeah,
But Luke Heaney in the six, and you've Noonan in the 10, and you've Ahmed up top. Like they're really kind of, and they have Conor Carty and Lonergan and bits and pieces as well. Like
yeah.
they're really starting to kind of build a bit of a decent side there, and you're kind of like, this league is going to be very competitive next season. Like,
It is. It is. Looking at squad for squad, it probably will be, yeah, touching off the relegation at moments,
yeah,
barring a disaster. But like you're looking at their squad and like, geez, like they've really bulked the horse. Like, I've really struggled to see them finishing ninth or tenth. It's
yeah,
just like you look at the
definitely.
league now.
Like, yeah,
Dundalk and Galway are just kind of your ninth and tenth at the moment, like
yeah.
based off squad and yeah, proven. But yeah, like you kind of look at that eighth place, like who'd be eighth? Waterford, like. Geez, I've spent 90 grand on players, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then you kind of, it's crazy.
it's crazy. And you imagine they get Will Johnson and as you touched on loan and
Yeah.
a few other Fleetwood
Well,
boys to kind of bulk.
yeah, some for like first division, like the lads like see Lee David's gone to Galway, but you still have Barry Coffey and Max Murphy who are unsigned. I think they'll be huge additions. Obviously, like Barry Coffey's been linked with Waterford, he's been linked with Sligo. Max Murphy, obviously, Axel Schober going to Waterford, and you have obviously Igbaji signing for Drogheda. You're wondering where does he go in the Premier Division now? So it's
Back to
interesting.
Bose. I saw a lot of Bose fans giving out about that, saying he was used
Really?
last time. But
Ah, night and day.
night and day. Like he's a different player now, surely. Like
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I wonder where he'll end up. But yeah, I think Waterford looking good, Amos.
100%, 100%. Well, that's our 10 teams, guys, and it's almost Christmas. So like any other excuse to like the video, there's none. Like yeah, 100 likes is surely on the cards again. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've one or two little first division bits. I know fans were
go on,
commenting on
fire
the first
away. I'm,
division.
I'm, I'm dying to hear
Uh,
them.
I'm gonna mispronounce this. The Finn Harp striker. I think it was the Imbong. I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah.
yeah. Imbong signs for Cork City on a undisclosed fee, and fans down in Cork were saying this potentially marks the end of Shawnee Maguire.
There
So
you
there's
go.
a quick, and I was sitting there watching our Rovers game tonight, and I'm thinking like watching all the chances we were getting. We were missing a load of sitters, whatever. But I was sitting there, I was like, Shawnee Maguire in this team, like, he knows where the goal is. Like, there's no two ways about it.
You
He would have
can't
lost it,
have
like.
Gaffney, Almond, and Maguire.
You do talk about Maguire like he's 35, but he's only 31. Like
Yeah, no,
like
he's
he's not,
still
you know what I mean?
well.
Like,
Like, and he got good towards the end of last season. He was getting sharp, like
yeah,
he was getting amongst it. Like,
yeah. So I think there's gonna be a stage where it's actually be Shell, Derry, and Rovers all looking at him. I
apparently
think it could.
Galway are looking at him as well. Apparently because with the John Caulfield link, but like, and he's
Ah,
really close to home as well. I don't know.
maybe that'd be huge if Galway got him. But I
Oh,
just can't see
massive,
it. Like,
massive, massive.
that'd
But
be massive. That's a game
he
changer in the
should
game.
fancy himself for a European tour next year, and he should fancy himself
Yeah,
playing under like a manager that's played in the Premier League and stuff. He should really
yeah.
fancy a chance to play under Joey O'Brien next season in the Premier
I
League
think I never
player.
realized Bradley's at Arsenal. So that's what like we're getting that there.
I
Yeah, and,
think
and
Sean
there's
Maguire
another
could
one.
be he could be a game changer in the title race, though, couldn't he? Like if he did sign for a Shells or a Derry or whoever it is, like
If he's playing for a team that has 60-70% possession every week and you're putting balls in the right areas, he's going to be there. Like,
yeah,
I think if he goes to a top club and he gets a run of games, I think he could actually be the top scorer in the league next season.
100%.
No two ways about it. So
Um,
I think, he's a hidden gem that I think
Irish
big clubs will be
international
looking.
played at championship at a decent level. Like he's yeah, well capable. Like we've seen
Well capable for sure. And another one I saw, which kind of like interesting. Kerry signed Killian Cantwell.
I saw that
Um,
actually. Yeah,
really interesting. Kind of like he was at Bray. Was he at Bray?
yeah, he was a
One of
parade. Yeah,
Bray's main
yeah. I
players. Like,
talked to a fella off the ball tonight. I can't remember his name actually in the pub tonight, but he's a Kerry fan. I think it's Owen, and yeah, he was saying that he's delighted with Killian Cantwell signing. So
great. It's great. It's great. The Kerry are making moves now, and I'd love to see them get playoffs now properly next year and give a good punt because I think Yeah, I'd love to see Kerry in Premier Division at some point. But I looking at Cork now and like that signing, like and like paying money for him and like he'll say really good stats. He had like 7 or 9 goals in Jesus, not even double the games. So a really good kind of return from him. I think Cork will bounce back up. But them and Cove, obviously you've Gary Buckley that
They
went
have
to
Keating
Cove.
there, like they still have Keating knocking around.
Yeah, you've Rory Keaton.
Premier Division
You
striker, like realistically.
yeah, 100%. And like you look at Cove, then you obviously Mick McDermott that left the club over a wedding, but that's besides the point. They've Gary Buckley signed from Sligo, who's starting nearly every week for Sligo. So first one's gonna be interesting actually in Killing Cantwell
100%.
Kerry. So some good
100%.
players.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Yeah, very, very interesting. And listen, any First Division fans watching or tuning in, let us know your thoughts in the comments. It's much
Yeah,
appreciated.
yeah, most definitely. We'll definitely discuss it. But yeah, guys, look there we have it. Episode 4 of our League of Ireland
Five.
transfer show. Five. It's a five.
Five. It's five. It's five. I think. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, time flies when you're having fun. Five, unbelievable. But yeah, guys, look, 100 likes for Christmas. Our next one will probably be in between that Christmas, New Year. We'll see. We'll see how busy the comments are, and we'll see how busy the transfer market is, and we'll decide whether, when, and where to do episode 6. But yeah,
And
100
and look,
likes.
actually, I'm hoping to do a end of year LOI quiz type deal over Christmas as well. If you're up for it, with a couple of guests and yourself as well. So
Oh,
if
nice
you're
one.
for that,
Sounds good. Sounds good. Round the year up, round the year,
round the year
round the
nicely, like,
talk about the double winners for a bit. Sounds good to me. Lovely stuff. Anyway, guys, as a subscribe if you're new, suggest a subscribe. We're 170 off reaching our target. So please help. And 100 likes also. So that's fantastic. And comments as well. But guys, there we have it. Episode 5 in the bag. Ross, thanks very much.
Nice, Luke. Thanks, really, guys. Have a good Christmas. Take it easy.